Don't make me go gangsta.
I think we have our opening for the show.
Welcome to the Vicis Interimo 30 Minutes to Kill podcast.
Portions of this podcast are made possible through generous donations from patrons like @LonelyBob and Big Al V. If you aren't a patron yet and still want to help, you can like, comment, or subscribe and help the podcast grow.
You are listening to the Vicis Interimo Show, 30 Minutes to Kill, more or less, a horror entertainment podcast featuring horror, suspense, and psychological thrillers. You can find us on iTunes, Podomatic, and just about anywhere. Type in Vicis Interimo into the search engine. I am Michael Mad Saxon Jones here with my lovely wife and co-host Lori. We generally have 4 segments to each show: Laid to Rest, the movie review, Garbage In, Garbage Out, and A Crawling Chaos. In Laid to Rest, we recap old shows and any information we may have missed. A review of a movie, this time The Darkness. And then we'll continue on with Garbage In, Garbage Out, where we talk about any TV shows, movies, books, anything we may have caught over the last couple of weeks. And end with A Crawling Chaos, a topic or a factoid we have never talked about before on the show. Sometimes silly, sometimes series? Series? Yeah. Is that on the iPhone? I don't know. Anyhow, most always chaotic, just like this podcast.
It belongs to Siri?
I don't know.
She'd probably do a much better job.
Yeah, maybe so. So, without further ado, I'm going to play a little bit of music here, and we're going to... Actually, it's not even music. We'll just do our Laid to Rest intro.
Okay.
So for Laid to Rest, there was something we were supposed to talk about last week. We were supposed to talk about, and I'm sure I apologize to anybody in Japan listening to this, Kairu Rembo. I included that in the artwork. That is literally translated hide and seek. In Japanese, that's the other short. Not a short. It was actually like it's considered a feature film because it started from a short before that.
How long was it?
It was only about 25 minutes, but it was cel shaded animation and great to look at. A group of kids wearing fox masks go into an abandoned city. And it turns out it has a lot deeper roots to it because in Japan, the game of hide and seek, traditionally, darkness is something to be feared more in a lot of their fairy tales or folklore. Stem around the idea of playing hide and seek and fog and darkness and what might be carried within.
Yeah, I think they said that they don't go out and play in the dark.
Yeah, certainly not in the country. With the advent of cities and perpetual light, the fact that you can always find between streetlights and buildings and everything else, it's always well lit. But still, you wouldn't want to necessarily play hide and seek. Certainly not the way they're playing it.
Right. So, if somebody wanted to actually check this out, would they look it up? Would they put in hide and seek?
You could probably get it in hide and seek, but I'm going to go ahead and spell it since I'm sure I butchered the pronunciation. KAKURENBO.
Okay.
Yeah, and look it up online. See if it looks interesting. It's a very short thing. That we got that as I was getting ready for Halloween. I thought, that would be fun to check out and learn a little bit.
So it should have been in our Garbage In, Garbage Out segment last week.
No, it should have been in the week before when I included it in the artwork.
Oh dear, that was 2 weeks ago.
That was at least 2 weeks ago.
So it was for Halloween then. We're almost to Thanksgiving pretty soon here next week.
Exactly. That was with the Signal episode. But anyhow, that was the thing you were trying to remind me of last week that I couldn't think of.
I was going to say, so last week when we did Laid to Rest and we couldn't think of anything, that was
the thing we were supposed to be thinking of. So.
Whoops. Do you have anything to wrap up from last week's show?
I do. I want to talk about it too before we go any further, because Clagger is still doing their Kickstarter campaign, coming down to the last 4 or 5 days here at the time of the recording. So I'd like to get this out right away. I'd like to get everybody to go and check out the page. If nothing else, just watch the trailer, watch the where they talk about it, where Casey talks about it on the Kickstarter page. Just check it out.
I finally got to go, because you took me by surprise last time. I hadn't checked it out yet.
Right.
But since then, I've gone in and I went to their Kickstarter page and checked out their video, and it actually looks like a very fun movie. It looks like a classic.
Yes.
Horror, monster, slasher kind of thing.
And that's what I love, is like, I love people that take the time, directors, I should say, that take their time to, or editors.
Writers, directors.
The whole thing, like, it looks good and evokes an atmosphere.
Yes.
I think I was telling you about that.
And you know what? We don't have any good, like back in the day, so long ago when we were younger, iconic figures sprouted up when we were younger.
Right.
And, Freddie and Michael and Jason. And, it's been a long time since we've gotten...
Well, we've had a couple others along the way, Chucky, Creeper, a few things here and there, but nothing really good lately.
Nothing recent, So it's kind of a feel-goody throwback kind of thing for me. I don't know.
Which is ironic, talking about a horror film being feel-good, but yeah, I know what you mean exactly.
It evokes certain positive,
associations.
Emotions. And he looks cool, and he's a perfect character to go with those others.
Yeah.
I think.
Well,
and I've never been a big Jason. I'm sorry, everybody's gonna no hate mail. Michael's my guy. I love Freddie, but this new guy, I'm liking him a lot.
Well, I'm happy to see that they are approaching their goal. They're not there yet. They've got a little ways to go. 4 days yet to go with this. But if you can't contribute, spread the word. Anyhow, share it. I think...
Share it to your horror loving friends.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
With that, the only thing that I had most recently for... you know what? I won't even go there yet. Never mind.
Don't go there.
Yeah. All right. Let's just talk about the...
I don't know what you're talking about, but don't go there.
Well, see, I have to now at this point. I was just going to say, were we too hard on Fear Clinic? Because I hate to crap on anybody's project.
No.
But... it just, we complain often about not enough, about stuff coming out of Hollywood being recycled garbage and whatever.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Nothing original and so on. So when other people put together their projects, I don't want to say anything bad about it, but...
Wait. But what you just said was, if we criticize Hollywood for recycling the same old garbage, one thing we did say... about Fear Clinic was that it was a cool, unique idea.
True. And you should definitely watch the shorts. You should watch it on YouTube and stuff. Yeah. It's just the movie was just a little bit of a... I feel a little bad.
Check out the movie. Yeah. I just feel like something was really missing. Maybe that's my fault for not watching the web series first.
Yeah. All right, we probably beat that to death.
And we apologize. I do apologize. I'm sorry. I always feel bad, but I can't help how I feel. And I don't want to lie like those guys I was watching online lying about Tusk.
Oh my gosh, I wasn't going to go there.
I could tell they were lying. They didn't want to be honest and say that Tusk is a piece of crap.
Oh my gosh.
But you could tell they thought it was, but they didn't want to badmouth Kevin Smith. Anyway, I'm done. I can't.
Really? Because I was going to wind you up about Kevin Smith now, because he's one of my favorite directors.
He is not.
Yes,
I wouldn't have married you if that was true.
Oh my gosh. It is true, though.
No.
Yeah, all right. Well, we better move on.
We need to talk.
Okay.
You know what? You love him or you hate him?
You don't love him.
I don't love him. Okay, let's move on.
All right, moving on.
I'm going to get all upset all over again. Don't make me go gangsta.
I think we have our opening for the show.
Hey, Mikey. Did you know the Indians that used to live around here thought this place was haunted? Mikey! Legend says that the guardians of their spirit world lived in the rocks and the trees. That one day, they're going to come back into our world.
Don't be a jerk.
Like, I didn't mean anything by it. Mikey knows that.
Hey, buddy, do me a favor and listen to Mommy today.
Breakfast, Stephanie. Later.
Bags on the table, Mikey. Remember?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Can you tell Michael to stay out of my room? He keeps leaving dirty hand marks everywhere.
We never talk about him. We never talk about how he affects all of us. It's getting creepier and creepier.
1.
Getting angry doesn't help. You're scaring him.
2.
He's scaring me.
3.
Oh, my God.
4.
Hey, who's up there?
5.
Michael's been acting strangely. I mean, what are we dealing with here?
Where you've been, it's the home of very powerful spirits, trapped in another dimension.
The god you might be familiar with cannot help you now. Sweetie, don't put your hands in this, honey. You're leaving marks.
1.
We're all gonna pay
2.
for what we've done.
3. 4. 5.
Okay, so
I was going to say, tell me about the darkness.
I was going to try to.
Okay. Don't start. And the gardeners are starting out there and stuff now.
Okay, if we're done talking over each other.
Okay,
yes, this week we watched The Darkness. This is a 2016 film. I'm seeing it everywhere being promoted because it just came out. We don't watch new releases very often.
No.
But I saw this on Netflix. We're old school. We only Netflix actual DVDs. We get discs in the mail.
We're old school.
You know what, though? It's awesome because we have access to the entire library.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I went to the new releases and saw this thing and thought, hey, Bruce Wayne is in it. For the Gotham fans,
yeah.
I knew he spent his summer doing a film. A while back, I saw him online talking about it and stuff. So I had no idea Kevin Bacon was in it though till I saw the box.
Well, I was going to say, you know what? Paul Reiser should be mad about. He should be mad about being in this movie.
So anyway, okay, here we go. In this eerie tale of horror based on real-life events, the unsuspecting Taylor family returned from a Grand Canyon holiday only to discover that they brought along a malignant spirit that feeds on their fears. That sounds kind of cool. You know what? This movie, it was not cool.
You know what? If you want that, you need to read... The Regulators by Stephen King if you want a malignant spirit caught in an autistic child.
Okay, well, yeah, I didn't even mention that on here. I was going to say you want to talk. I guess you just said it.
I just said it.
Well, it should have said. Maybe it would have appealed to a broader audience too, because autism has really.
become forefront in the
yes. There's more and more children, are autistic and whatnot.